They are an accident waiting to happen.
Stephen A, hush your mouth, talking all that noise. You can hate all you want, but we still them boys. Dirty, dirty D, Texas where we stay at. We inside an order till you know that's where we play at. Hey, this year, this the payback. Yeah, we them Cowboys, and nah, we don't play that. Work. This is Cowboy Nation. Work. Welcome to Cowboy Nation. Work. Y'all can keep on hate. Work.
Cowboys Nation, Cowboys Nation, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to another episode of Defending the Boys. I am your host, D. Will. And you know what? Before we start talking about our sponsors, and our sponsors are obviously the car wreck attorneys at I'm Hit. You can give them a phone call, 214-446-3885. I just want to say that I'm a little disappointed by some of my non-colleagues. I love to call them a colleague because they're big at what they do, right? They have a lot of subscribers, which reminds me that please hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to catch up with some of these guys, but man, I feel like the fact that some of them are already moving into off-season scripting, where they're starting to talk about what the Cowboys need to do for next year, takes away from being a fan, in my opinion. Like we defending the boys until the wheels fall off, and right now the wheel is barely hanging on, but it hadn't fell off. So I'm not interested in talking about next year because I'm still pulling for this year. I'm still pulling. I don't have a lot of faith that Philadelphia Eagles are going to lose to the Raiders. Let's just be honest, that the Raiders aren't a very good team. I'm not saying Philadelphia is a good team. I just feel like the Raiders are worse. I do feel like the Bills can beat the Philadelphia Eagles, and I feel like there's a possibility that the Redskins can pull off one of the two games, just from a spoiler standpoint. If you really want to know the truth, from a spoiler standpoint, so we better watch out for the Commanders as well. I hope I didn't just call them the Redskins. I'm sorry. I do that a lot. I apologize. It's the Commanders if I did earlier. But yeah, we need to watch out for the Commanders ourselves. I'm not saying that that's an easy win for us either. We just have to win it, right? And of course, the Philadelphia Eagles have to win it as well. They just haven't had a very good luck with their offense. Offense hasn't been doing very well. It's kind of one-sided, and if you can stop the run, you can typically stop that offense, and it's pretty basic, pretty elementary. It's a possibility. That's all I'm saying. The Cowboys still, even with that, would have to win every game, and that's not a given, right? Minnesota not playing very well, but can beat you. Clearly showed that against the Commanders last week. The Chargers just beat the Eagles, showing that they have life left in them. Definitely want to pay attention to them. We still have to play the Commanders as well. And let's not forget the fact that we barely beat the Giants the first time we played them. So, yeah, I'm not saying that this is the easiest path and it's a guaranteed win. I'm just not for moving into off-season programming just yet. That's all I'm saying. So with that being said, let's talk about what it takes. Before we do that, I do want to ask you guys to go and click the link in the bio for the Defending the Boys Pro Shop. Get you a built different hoodie. You need a built different hoodie because, just be honest, the Cowboys are built different. If we go to the playoffs, I'm expecting to sell out of built different hoodies. Okay, I'm just telling you, because that would be a built different team at that point. So definitely look at getting yourself a built different hoodie. The link is in the bio to Defending the Boys Pro Shop. Let's talk a little bit about our offense against the Minnesota Vikings defense. The Minnesota Vikings defense is, in my opinion, the strength of their team. It's the core. And this is strength on strength because our strength obviously is our offense. And just a little bit, they blitz a lot. Minnesota blitzes a lot, but then they cloud or cover in the back with a zone. So this is a zone blitz as opposed to a man blitz. Now, I know that Dak Prescott is very good against the blitz in a man look because he has man beaters now. We used to not have man beaters, right? We used to have people who couldn't get off of their defender, and then couldn't catch the ball, and that always causes problems for you. But now with Pickens on one side, CeeDee Lamb on the other side, you put them man on man coverage and start sending people. You're leaving yourself wide open for a big play. Now you have people who are blitzing from one side, dropping back in zones in another side, right? So where you thought that you have a blitz coming from this side, but then you have a defensive lineman backing up to take away the slant that we love to run, right? Love to throw right over your head to a slant to George Pickens for 80 yards. I mean, that's an easy thing to do in man on man, but it's not so easy to do when you have a zone, because now you have someone dropping right into the window where the slant is. It requires you to hold the ball sometimes a little bit longer, hoping that your receiver clears into one of the holes in the zone, and then that gives your zone blitz an opportunity to actually get there. So that's kind of the benefits of a zone. Man, I really hate the fact that because we play zone and we don't do a lot of zone blitzes that would probably help our defense. Anyway, this isn't about Flus. We talked about that in the last episode. Y'all can go back and watch it. But it's kind of disheartening to watch somebody play a similar defense, do things good with players who nobody knows. Anyway, not a big Flus fan right now. But as far as our offense is concerned, I still believe that we have an opportunity to do some things. They have a good run stopping defense. They actually stop the run very well. I still believe that we can get some runs. We don't always have the most explosive runs, right? But we can get runs against you, breaking out, especially if you're selling out and we get a good block, kick it out as our running back one-on-one. Malik Davis did it real well a few weeks back. Sorry. There we go. Malik Davis did it real well a few weeks back. So there is some possibilities there in the run. I'm pretty confident in our run blocking schemes. I think our biggest issue is in pass blocking, where our tackles especially, but sometimes even in the interior, and they're not perfect in the interior either, and sometimes blitzes seem to get through. We have the benefit of a good running back that can step up and block. I still feel like, although they will probably get to Dak a few times, I feel like we'll still be able to get our pieces through. And what I have noticed is that the Cowboys do a lot of filling out of defenses in the beginning. Schottenheimer is really good at, okay, I see what y'all doing, making adjustments, and then going and tearing them up. If our defense can hold on to where we can start to get in the rhythm, start to find them open holes, and Dak starts to pick them apart, I feel like we can easily get, even with a decent defense, easily put 30 points on the board. The problem, obviously, is going to be if our defense is able to keep them below 30. I think they can in this situation. I don't think that we have that defense that we had at the beginning of the year, which made everybody look like a brand new star. So I don't expect for J.J. McCarthy to go out there and look like he was, the next coming of, Brett Favre or something. Like I expect for this to be a situation that they may make some plays, but at the end of the day, we can keep them under 30 to 24, let's just say, 30 to 21, something like that being the final score. So I'm still confident in this game. Minnesota doesn't scare me in that realm, but they do some things well that you need to look out for. That's all I'm actually saying. Now, if you go out there and you just can't pick up the blitz, Dak doesn't see people dropping into zones and taking away slants and different things like that, then yeah, we're going to be in trouble. We're going to be in for a long day. Even with that, and then obviously, if our defense just can't stop them, to me, they don't have a scary offense. So even if we do stumble a little bit at the beginning, because we have been slow in the beginning in offense, I don't see them really pulling away. Like Philadelphia felt like they had started to pull away, and then boom, they came to a halt. I just don't see this becoming a situation. And if they do, they're not so explosive where you expect them to run 40 points on the board the way that other teams have. The New York Giants, like I said. Again, that was at the beginning of the year, different defense, right? You start to expect some pressure. Our pressure disappeared last week. That was a big part of the problem. But from an offensive standpoint, again, we put 30 points on the board last week. We just weren't able to continually stop them. But that was, again, the number two. It was number two offense in the league that they played last week. That was the number two offense in the league that we played last week, the Detroit Lions, right? This is not that defense, that offense. I don't expect for it to be the same type of situation. And with that being said, I'm pretty confident that with the 30 points that we were able to put up last week, I still feel like we'll be able to do that again this week, that we will be okay. One win closer to hopefully taking the NFC East championship. I'm not positive that Philadelphia loses again this week. I'm just not. I don't feel like it's going to happen. I'm not a Philadelphia fan. I just don't feel like it's likely to happen this week. The Raiders just aren't a very good team at all. So, I don't know. We'll see. That's why they play. They say any given Sunday. We're going to definitely see in a couple Sundays. Tomorrow, I am going to be coming to you with our AI prediction. This is the Quantum Neuro Edge. They are 3-1. Quantum Neuro Edge is very good at predicting who's going to win and who's going to lose a football game. So they are 3-1 currently, and we're going to see how they have it predicted tomorrow. I'm going to run that to you. We'll have the link in the bio in case you guys want to get a predictor created for you. They're very good at it. We had the predictor created for us, and it's doing pretty good. It learns as it continues to go. So that's all I have for you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow with the Quantum Neuro Edge predictions. All right.